Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper. Happy Tuesday to you. That means it's time for stories and stamps, and we're just a couple of weeks away from Easter. So I thought I would use the Easter Bunny stamp, and I'm going to show you some fun masking, some simple masking, but it's just such a simple trick, and it makes such a difference in what you can create. It was one of the funnest things that I learned when I first started stamping. And back then, Stampin' Up! Didn't have masking paper, and now we do. So that's pretty exciting. I should grab a pack of it here so I can show you because I've already made my masks, but I should show you what the masking paper looks like. So let's take a look. These are the stamp sets. Of course, I had to put my thing. I just really love my logo for the Pampered Stamper. I love the vintage feel of those colors and the pool party, the real red and the crumb cake and an early espresso. And then there's coffee and wine in there. I'm all about the treats. So anyway, little happy aside. This is the stamp set. Sorry about the glare. I've got a light going on in here. And it's got 3 different bunnies, and I thought it would be fun to put them all in the same scene. So then I'm also using Playing in the Rain, but the only thing I'm using from this is the clouds die. Okay, because I'm going to use that to make my sky. So we're starting with a card base of, now I'm using a European one, so it's a little bit longer. It's about 5 3/4, but in Canada, you would be using a card base that is, let me think, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then this piece, the white panel that you're going to stamp on, make it 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 because you want it as wide as possible. And then here is my finished card. That's what we're going to create. So we're going to stamp this bunny first, then we're going to put a mask on him and stamp the other 2. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the rabbit. And we'll put the card base away because we don't need that. And it is a photopolymer stamp. So let's have a look. See, we're going to use this guy first, the rabbit that's on all 4s. And we're going to use the Stamparatus. It's hiding underneath my... Oh, do you hear all that clanging? My desk is not bad, but the Stamparatus was underneath my paper trimmer. So yeah, it was just a creative pile, otherwise known as the crafter math. So I'm going to put my paper here, and the rabbit is going to sit about so. He's going to be sitting in the, yeah, I think about like so. Okay, and I'm going to stamp him in Memento Black, and because he's going to be colored in with blends. Okay. Now I did re-ink my Memento ink pads just the other day, so they're pretty juicy. Sometimes the first few times you use them after that, they can be too juicy. Okay, that's perfect. See, I didn't even have to stamp a second time. So now here are this is our masking paper, and it doesn't look like much. 155, 480. And the thing I want to tell you about the masking paper is that this is the back of it has a split down the middle. See? And then that's the sticky stuff. This is the backing. So you can use you can stamp on the one side, and then you can cut it out. So that's what I did, and then I took all my masks and I kept them inside my case. So I'm hoping that they work and that they don't curl up too much. And the other thing is that your masking paper is usually quite sticky. So I put it on my hand a few times so that it's not going to wreck my paper. So here we go. We're going to put the mask on. And when you cut out your stamped image, cut just inside the lines, because that way you don't get a line in between the one image and the other. See, you can see that there's a black line. So now I'm going to stamp the sitting bunny, but I don't want it so close to the hinge, so I'm going to turn it around like this. Okay, and now the sitting bunny is going to go, he's going to sit beside him like so. Maybe a little bit more like that. Peel him off. And let's pick that up. So I'm wondering if you guys have traditions for Easter. We always, with the kids, that was the one day, actually, on Good Friday, we had a Good Friday brunch, and all the cousins would come, and we would do an Easter egg hunt on Good Friday. You know, that was the thing. It was Good Friday. It worked for everybody. Everybody had their things with their own family on Easter Sunday. And now I'm looking for my, there. And so it was just a great way for the kids to get together with all their cousins, and everybody would contribute to the Easter eggs. Bear the dog would get put in the back room so that he wouldn't be able to, get into the treats, because dogs do like chocolate, and chocolate's not good for them. But it was a great tradition, lots of fun. Okay, so now look at this. This is where the magic happens. See, he's sitting in behind, and it's so much fun. So now we have the two rabbits. And the third one we don't need a mask for, at least not yet. So we will be using another mask, but I'm just going to stamp the last rabbit. My masks worked really well. I'm happy about that. So this guy's sitting to watch the whole scene. He's like, I have something that you don't have. There, take this guy off. I should clean them right away. I'm being a very lazy stamper, but I just don't want to take the time to do that while you guys are watching. There. So we're going to stamp the third bunny with there. Oh, look at that. They're quite happy. Now, I wanted to stamp a carrot in there, so I'm going to put this guy's mask on here. There. And then we're going to put the carrot in his hands. Like so. Cute. There. Okay. Peel that one off. And there is a bunny punch that goes with this set, and it cuts out this guy. But right now it is back ordered till May. The middle of May is when that bunny stamp. But they're quite easy to fussy cut. I did it for my oh goodness. I lost my carrot and it's on the Stamparatus. I got excited about the punch. But I would still get the stamp set, and you can always get the punch later. Okay, see, so now we're just gonna see. Oh, I know why I needed all the masks. Watch this, I forgot. All right, here they're all gonna get masked up now. And it's because I want to sponge a blue sky behind them. There we go. And now you want to be really careful when you do the sponging, because you don't want to, yeah, and the clouds have to go on too. So I also have cloud masks happening here, and an egg. It's wonderful when you've done all the work. Now I've got a black spot here. I don't want that to be in the middle of my cloud, so I'm going to move my cloud over a little bit. Like so. And this one's going to go up high. And then this one is going to go a little bit lower. And now, so that one I'm a little bit concerned about. Now I have my blending brush. And we're going to use Balmy Blue. So I'm just going to go over this guy first, because that's the one that worries me the most. So the trick is, when you make these masks, I'm just going to go right over top. It's working. And then over the bunny. And I'm just going to be really careful that I don't go over that little cloud again. See, I'm just going this way, so I've got the bunny ear going the right way. And we'll take a look in a minute how this is. I'm starting off the edge. Oh, my sky's going to be a little bit dark here. I'm going to go this way with the ear. Oops. Here, let's turn them around this way. Yeah, just being careful because my masks are old. They've been sitting around for a little while. And I'm starting on the mask and then going around. And then we'll take them off. There. And I probably shouldn't be doing this on my Stamparatus mat. Okay, are we ready to take a look? I don't think it's going to be quite as nice as my other one. I think it's a little more blotchy. You know what? It's good for you guys to have a sample of something that's slightly imperfect. Okay, perfect. And you know what? It might even be nicer. Look. There is the one cloud. There's the other one. And then wait till we take the rabbits off. This is so much fun, really. This is a great thing to do with your kids as well, especially if it's going to be crappy weather. But it's always fun to do things with. Look at that. See, they're just popping right out now. And now we want, actually, I shouldn't have taken them off because I was going to stamp the grass around them. But yeah, guess what? They're going to go back on. I wasn't thinking. You can see on my, and you were probably ahead of me because you can see the grass on here. Here. Oops, no, it's too low. It's got to go up a little bit. But you can see how I'm using it a few times. So the masking paper really is, it's a great investment. And one more. So now we're going to stamp the grass in Granny, and I don't have to worry about the rabbit not being good up there. Oh, you know what? The grass is from, look at that, from Greatest Journey. Good thing I put a sticky note on the back of that. Here we go. So here is Greatest Journey, and it's a fantastic stamp set with great words and images. And there's the grass that I'm going to use. And then it also has amazing dies. I've got a few die cuts just laying in here. I've got the biker and the jogger and a branch. There's a tent. There's a girl with a lantern. It's a really wonderful, there's clouds in here too. And it comes with beautiful paper. It's a great set. There's a moon, hiking stick. It's a great bottle. Great, great, great. Beautiful paper that goes with it. Maybe you got it for free during celebration. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop abusing my Stamparatus, and I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. I've got quite a pile happening now on the desk beside me. But I know from the pictures that I've shared of messy desks, I know you guys are the same way. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, Granny Apple Green. And now we're just going to make... And I like to stamp, so I get a few different colors. And I'm getting a little line here. I should have been careful with that. So to not get that line, if you stamp here, you're going to get the line from the rabbit. Just re-ink, stamp off, and then ink again, and then you get it all the way. Good, I don't want that. I don't want the grass going on my carrot. So there, that looks quite good. I can't quite fix this here, but that's okay. And then once I take the masks off, I'm going to stamp a little grass that goes on the rabbit as well. But first we're going to color our rabbits, and we're going to stamp. See, now they're sitting. I'll stamp grass again at the very end. Here. And I'm going to try these again. I might use these again. I'm going to put them back in the stamp case. If they're bad, they're bad, but you never know. So I'm going to keep them. And let's have a look. Happy Easter. That's what we need next. So my Stamparatus is now going to be used for what it's meant to be used for. Here. Secure it with the magnet. And then, do I want Happy Easter? I could also do enjoy all the little moments. People might not be celebrating Easter. It could, yeah. But I think I will do Happy Easter after all that talk. Here. It's a big, beautiful font. I like it. See, my Easter at the end is a little, that's because of the re-inking. I'm just going to do Happy again. Make it a little bit darker. There. Now it looks a little more uniform. Okay. Now, you know what? We're going to start with No, we're not going to start with the carrot. I was going to say we'll start with the carrot, but I see I don't have the orange and the green ready. We'll start with the crumb cake rabbit, and I like to use a soft petal pink for in his ears. So I do all their ears first, and a little bit on his nose. There. You could also use one of the skin tone blends. That would look cute too. And the white rabbit, he's going to be an albino, so he's only getting a little bit of color, just a little along some of the lines. And I might give him a carrot as well. Put a little bit of dots on his feet. So that way you get, I kind of like the idea of having a rabbit family that are all unique. Yeah, that's cute. And, oh yeah, his nose too, yeah. See, I do the noses so that I don't forget, because I might forget to do it afterwards. So I have crumb cake for my middle rabbit, and I'm going to start with just going over the lines a little bit with the dark crumb cake. And his eyebrow. And the thing is with blends, to have greater success with blends, you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. So you don't want to color the whole rabbit in. I'm going to start with his face, and then I'll do his body. See, I'm just going to go over top of that line and blend it in. Because you don't want that line to stay a line. And you just keep going over it, and it will kind of go away. At first it stays a line, and then it doesn't. And that's pretty exciting when that happens. It also gets kind of quiet when you blend. It makes your cares go away. There. And then you can add more later. Like so, for example, I'm going to do the ear. And for that skinny part around his ear, I'm going to go use the tip. And then I can go in with the dark afterwards. So there's no necessary order with the way you do things. There. And now see the line on his ear. I don't want that line. So I'm just going to go over it again. There. So there, his head looks good. So now the dark. And then I have a new color. I didn't realize that I didn't have any gray granite. So I ordered gray granite, and I want to see what that looks like. So instead of having a smoky slate bunny, we're going to have a gray granite bunny. And, you know what? I'm going to start with the bottom of the rabbit. I'm going to follow my own advice and not go too far. And you don't have to press with your blends. That's the beauty of it too. They do the work themselves. The pressure is not needed. And I'm just doing a little curly swipe, but that, you know, you can do whatever you want. There's very few rules. And that's what makes this such a nice thing to do. It's very, very relaxing. And then you can add extra shading later with the color lifter. This is the color lifter. I'll give it a swipe right in his cheek here a little bit, and you can see later. It takes a little while before it shows up, but then it lightens up a little bit, and it just looks really cool. If you don't know, you're thinking, how did they do that? So I'm just going with the brush tip now, because I want to go a little faster. I think we might leave his tail white. Okay. And you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just fast forward this stuff if you've already blended. You know, watching someone blend can be mesmerizing, but it can also be as exciting as watching cement dry. So there. You can also leave a little bit of white just on its own. I have a hard time with that there. And here it needs a little more blending. But it's nice, you don't see the line anymore. He looks good. But I don't know if I like his white tail. It blends in too much with the rabbit beside him, so I am going to color his tail in. There. Okay, now the gray granite rabbit. Let's see. Let's see. Dark gray granite. Oh, I'm kind of scared. Okay, well, we're going to do this. And then we can see what the difference is between the smoky slate and the gray granite. Gray granite has a little bit more of a brown to it than the smoky slate, at least in the ink color. I'm going probably way too far ahead now. Okay, enough. And this one, light gray granite. Okay, good. Yeah. Happy rabbits, aren't they? I think rabbits are super cute. In Holland, when we walked to the dunes, through the dunes to the beach, there used to be, along the dike, there used to be a whole colony of rabbits. Like, I'd say there might be 50 rabbits there. And this winter, there were no rabbits. I don't know what happened to them. And to the best of my knowledge, rabbits don't hibernate. So if you guys know more about rabbits than I do, maybe you can help me out. Anyway, I miss them. They were fun to see. They'd all be sitting on the slope of the dike, and then they'd disappear when they saw Bailey. Okay, you know what? He's going to be gray all the way through. I kind of like him. Let's see. Here's the, there's not that much difference. So there's just maybe a slightly more brown tone to that rabbit. Now we're going to color the carrot, and I think there, light gray granite. Here you can see the brown tone a little bit in it. All right, it's looking really cute. So now what we're going to do is add a little bit more grass. Look, because they want to be sitting in the grass, not on top. So I'm just adding a little bit. But I didn't want to do that before I blended. And even the white rabbit's going to have a little bit of grass coming. There. See, now they're sitting in the grass, and I wasn't sure what to do with the rabbit, with the eggs. So I had stamped a couple of eggs, and then this is the grass from the rabbit set, the Easter bunny, and then I just cut a slit with my paper trimmer, and I tucked the eggs in because I didn't want the eggs floating. So I don't know if I'm going to do eggs. I might do another carrot. I'm getting a bit lazy for the eggs, but we'll see. Stay with me. Okay, so now we're going to color the carrot, and what I'm doing is I'm using the dark pumpkin pie, the fine tip, and I'm just going on these lines. So, and then I'm using the light pumpkin pie and filling it in. And then you get a little bit of contrast. Cute, eh? And then a little bit of granny apple green, a little bit of dark in the middle, maybe along here. When it's that small, you don't have to do that. It might not make too much difference, I don't know. And I'm going with the light, filling it in. And then these are going to be healthy rabbits. They're not getting eggs. I always thought it was very strange that Easter was eggs and rabbits, because rabbits don't lay eggs. I cut another one out. Isn't that so cute? I put a little bit of adhesive on that. But of course, I think that Easter used to be a pagan celebration and not a Christian one, and the Christians changed it. And it used to be, there used to be or maybe not. Easter was always Christian, of course, but at the same time of year, it's also spring, right? So it's a celebration of life and fertility. And so that's why eggs, of course, are a symbol of fertility, and that's why there's eggs for Easter. It really has absolutely nothing to do with Easter. There, he's holding a little carrot there. How cute is that? So now all we do is put it on our card, and then for a nod to Easter eggs, we can just stamp a few eggs in the inside of the card, because it is really cute. But see, it just pops up now with that nice cloud. And my clouds, it looks a little blobby. It's not as nice as this one with my, I didn't have to be so careful with the masks. This one is definitely has a nicer sky, but The more you do it, the better you get at it. And it's just fun. It's supposed to be fun. So don't be too critical with your efforts. The person who gets your card is going to be so happy that you made it, and the people that make it with you are going to be happy that they made something together. It's just fun to create. It doesn't have to be perfect. There. See, I'm using liquid adhesive so I can slide it into place. And I'm going for a fairly even border. So there we go. And now some eggs. And let's see. I'm just going to use a stamp. I'm not going to use my stamp apparatus here. And then I'm going to show you a few other stamps in the set that I haven't used today. So here's the eggs. And you know what? It's so much fun deciding how to color them. So there's the eggs. I'll color them later. And we also have a butterfly. So, and we have a flower. And a little bird. Oh, he's cute. So I was thinking, I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm just totally being silly here, and I have no idea how this is going to look. But let me get a block. And I'm just going to do it on my scrap paper. So I'm going to stamp the rabbit. And I think if you use like oval dies or whatever, then this might work better. And maybe that's the intent. But we've got this flower stamp, and I'm thinking, well, what if about a decorative floral bunny? See? Sometimes, you know, packaged bunny, and you can color them up. Let's see, getting another little block here. There's a tiny little butterfly. See? And I completely overlooked the bird. He's really adorable. Look, he's saying, hey, I'm here too. That's fun. Okay, and then of course we have a few other sayings that say an Easter treat for you, so you could make a cute little package. Enjoy all the little moments. It's a new day. You're a friend like no other, and a hi. And then this is the grass that I used on my original card right here. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Maybe I'll have time to make a cute little treat yet with the stamps, but that will happen another time. You can find me on my blog, thepamperedstamper.com. You can find me on Facebook. Also, I have a business page called The Pampered Stamper. Lots of different ways. I'm also on Instagram as The Pampered Stamper. So all different ways to find me. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. That always makes me super happy. There's a new feature on YouTube that you can actually support. You can give a donation if you want, which is fun. And I could buy a cup of coffee or, yeah, use it to send another card to somebody. Anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate our stamping community. Hope you have a super day. If you live in Europe or in Canada, you can shop with me. All the links are below. Just click on the show more, and then you can find out a whole treasure trove of information. All right. Take care and happy Easter. Bye.